If you love guitars like we do, you may be broke and single. Hey Brett, it's great to be here. Thanks so much for having us here today. Just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this business of amp building.
I've been doing this now for about 20 years, and originally I got into it because at the time there weren't any tube amps around except the vintage tube amps. And the problem was at the time, if you wanted a vintage Fender or Marshall, you had to fork out a lot of money, thousands of dollars, and normal musicians, working musicians, didn't have that kind of cash. It was the people that were collectors that had that kind of money. So I decided I would just teach myself how to build one and do it that way. And that's how everything started. And I just wanted to be able to build amps for myself, and then it slowly kind of gained momentum, and other people started wanting them, and I wanted to be able to build an amp that a musician could afford and he didn't have to pay through the nose for.
Especially ones that play all the time and really can use top-notch gear at an affordable price. I mean, that's a rarity, isn't it? You know,
it is,
as you said, yeah. So what was the first amp that you worked on? Do you remember?
The very first amp I built was actually a tube PA amp, because...
Is that right?
Yeah, and that's what most of the stuff on the shelves here, they're old tube PAs from the 60s.
So you take a tube, sort of like a PA, and you take the chassis from that, and that becomes an amp for a guitar? Is that
yeah. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just take parts out of the PA. Transformers are generally the most expensive part to buy new, and the old iron is really high quality stuff. The old Hammonds, Peerless, and some of these old tube PAs have a lot of that kind of parts in it. And so I just test them all and make sure they're in good condition, and then I can just build an amp out of it. But if the PA is in really nice condition or really unique, what I'll do is I'll just use the whole thing. And sometimes I may change the transformers, but I'll just basically keep the package, tear out all the parts other than the transformers, and put all new resistors and caps in it and make it basically brand new, but still having that nice vintage look.
This is one of your amps here, and can you tell us a little bit about this, Brett?
This is actually a Tweed Princeton. The Fender Tweed Princeton was sort of kind of an upgrade from the Champ. It was an entry-level amp. It was a 5-watt. The original Tweed Champs were just a single volume control. That was it, nothing else. You had volume and nothing. The Princeton is essentially the same circuit, except they do use a tone control. And so this is actually an old tube PA that was in the 5-watt range, and it used the same tubes that the Tweed Princeton did. And basically all I did was I completely gutted the inside, put all new parts in with the Fender Tweed Princeton original circuit, and built a custom box for it.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, Brett, you made this amp yourself. Can I try it?
Well, that's what they're for.
All right, say no more. Let me get my guitar. Old character, but it's got so much punch to it.
Okay.
Oh, we're getting some guts going on. Wow, that sounds really great, Brett.
There, we're about three-quarter on the dial now.
Is that right? Now we're getting into late 60s, early 70s rock. So Brett, What would you charge for something like this?
Well, every amp is generally a one-off. I do a bit of custom work, but a lot of amps like this, what I do is I just build something I want to build, and then I get to play with it for a while, and then I can sell it. But for something like that, I'll do a custom cabinet, and I'll do it in whatever finish or wood that the customer wants. And for something like that, you can have that in around the $500 range.
Wow, $500. That is just fabulous. I just might become a customer.
Thanks for watching. If you're into guitars, amps, and gear, head to tonemasters.tv. We've got lots of videos and stuff to check out. Let us know how you get your favorite tones. We'll see you next time on Tone Masters.